down there were the guardians. Even those Moors, those Berbers, barbarians, Barbaries, you know what I mean? Tuareg Moors of Libya, all of those Moors were the guardians because they were trading the Eurozoid as products, as merchandise, trading it, and they would come to what you call North Africa down there, and that's why those people are really mulattoes who are coming from Slavs, Mamelukes, and they interbred with the indigenous Moors down in North Africa down there, and that's what they became known as a nation today. But they're really coming from Europe, and they were traded. So basically, Berber Moors and Moors, Muslim Moors down there will use them as a servant, as a house guide, whatever they will use them as for that mission. Even sometimes for warriors, and they will be fighting amongst themselves, attacking, putting the Eurozoid against the other Moors. And then that's how they came up. That's how they came up. So again, a lot of these things that we're talking about, you may not hear, and other Moors will not be talking about this neither, because they're only giving you from a linear perspective. We're coming from in all angles. The Lord of the Dead. Dead for us means the deity of every angle and direction. So we're talking about Moabite. We're talking about we are the God of every direction. That's what we're talking about. Every angle and direction. You see? Because all that the original anti-Shemitic, so-called Jewish, is coming from Moors in Europe. That's the original anti-Jewish, anti-Yahudi. That's the original. You see? So, and that has deep history, man. That has deep history. When they're talking about those ancient Jews, they're talking about Moors. Why? Because the expulsion of Jews in 1492 in Spain is synonymous for the expulsion of Moors, Marranos in 1492. So they're telling you are the Jewels. And they return to the ancestral land, which is over here. And therefore, when they got expelled, they brought the mulatto who was cohesively, secretly working against the Moors, who came over here to live a new life, a new opportunity to return to the ancestral land, to do business, and to prosper again. But they brought this mulatto, Christian Columbus, who was working against the Moors, and they didn't really know it like that, and some did know it like that, but they were still working against the Moors, and this is what you end up. So again, it's like, and you can't really get mad because it had to happen. That's how destiny fulfills. If you're gonna get mad and have remorse or have any shame over that, then you're only hurting yourself. So again, man, we're gonna call it a night. We're gonna call it a day. And what we talking about is what? Lineage, your real history, which is the my story or the mystery. We're talking about legacy. You're talking about your forefathers. You're talking about your ancestors. And we are the ascendants or the descendants of what we are referring about. The eel and the bay are here now. Okay? The eel and the bay are here now. Okay? Now it's the rulership is right here. When they talk about the golden fleece, Jason and the Argonauts, they're talking about more Phoenician, Canaanite, the land of Canaan, the promised land. They're talking about that over here. Remember that. So the rulership is not in continental Africa, it's not in Asia down in the east, and it's not in Europe, it's right in North America. And then after North America, it's South America. And then after that, it's connected into one. And then after that, it's a wrap. Totally. And this is the prophecy. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We'll call it a night. And we ought to do this again. But for now, take care. And thanks for having me. And thanks for listening. And take care.